Welcome to my last podcast. Let's get into it. All right. Today is Thursday. And guess what? It's another Haunting Adeline day. Oh, baby, is Haunting Adeline getting good. Last week, we had 4 chapters for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed those 4 chapters. We didn't do a thread, nothing. You guys just got straight into the juice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But today, on this Thursday, we're back to the regular scheduled programming. We do have a thread for today, and then we'll be getting into chapters 15 and 16 of Haunting Adeline for today. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, our thread for today is what is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Okay, so what is something you only do when you are home alone? All right, when I'm home alone and cooking, I pretend I'm a Swedish chef. I had a jar of mayonnaise explode on the floor once when I threw it behind me. What the? Oh, what the hell? This motherfucker thought he was on a cooking TV show and shit. He's just like, now we're done with the mayonnaise. Man, dude, that would suck. Gotta clean all that shit up afterward. All right, shower with the bathroom door open. There's no proper ventilation in there, so it normally steams up like crazy. Okay, I guess. I mean, I always shower with the door open. Why the fuck would you shower with the door closed? That's a little weird. I mean, if you live with roommates, okay, that may be different. But, I mean, if you just live with family, why the hell do you shower with the door closed? That's a little weird. Okay, hey. Run around the house with my airsoft gun clearing corners. I ain't gonna lie to you, I used to do that as a kid. Especially when I first got into the hobby of airsoft. I was so into that shit. I was into the whole Milsim thing and all of that. I loved it, man. Oh, God. I used to do that shit all the time. That shit's an expensive hobby, though. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Clean, cook, walk, watch TV, naked. Facts. Man, when you ain't gotta wear no clothes, it's nice. It's nice. And if you're a girl, can I come to your house? No. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Dance. I'm really awful at it, but it's fun if no one's watching. Facts. I buy the Just Dance games, and I only play them while I'm alone. Because, for one, they're fun as hell, and they're really cool to play. But, see, I don't like playing them in front of people. Because I'm not good at it. I try my best, you know. Your boy ain't got, no 5 stars on any songs. Because I am just very dance challenged, if you will. Very dance challenged. And so, your boy just practices by himself. One day when I'm in the club and that right song comes on, I'm going to be like, oh, this my jam. And I'm gonna know the whole dance routine because of Just Dance. Just Dance is my game. I ain't going to lie to you. It's the reason why I still have a PlayStation 4. Man, I love me some Just Dance, bro. I love that shit. But I only play it when I'm home alone because I can't dance for shit. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Dress up in nice clothes and play golf on my Nintendo Wii while playing mini golf music on my laptop. Drastically better that way. This nigga, what? He goes into his closet. He purposely puts some slacks on, a button-up shirt, tucks it in, lines everything up, and then he goes to his Wii and he plays miniature golf. And he has some fancy music going on in the background. I bet you this nigga be announcing too. He'd just be like, oh, on par 4. He comes up, hits the ball. Oh, and it's on its way. And it's going, almost. It's going to be a bit of a birdie there. Yes, I think so. My man be getting into it, I bet. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Talk to myself as well as inanimate objects. Facts. I ain't gonna lie to you. Facts. There'd be some days where you just be, cause me, I live by myself, and so for me, it's I'm my own best friend a lot of the times. You know what I mean? It just when all my friends, they have kids and they're busy and they got shit going on. And for me, I'm just I'm kind of busy, but I mean, the moments where I'm just chilling, not really doing much, I'm just yeah, All right. It's just me. What's up? What's up, me? What's going on? How was your day today? You know? Yeah. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Worry about being murdered. Facts. Facts. Especially when you live by yourself, bro. Oh my God. There'd be a lot of times I'll be sleeping at night and I'll be hearing like the neighbors, they're kind of like opening and closing their door or whatever. But I think like that's somebody trying to jiggle at my door, and I'll be up and I'm like, is somebody up in here? Either that or when I come home from work, I always think that there's going to be somebody in my place. I come in and I just be looking around, and I'll be walking into my room and I feel like I'm going to turn the light on and some dude is just rummaging through my shit like, oh shit, oh, bruh, that shit be giving me anxiety sometimes. I don't know why, but it just does. It does, especially like during the holidays. Now that it's Christmas time and stuff like that, people tend to like hoard expensive gifts because obviously they're waiting for the Christmas time and they're waiting to see family. So they have these expensive items laying around their house and they're brand new in the box type shit. And so people do break into their houses to try to get this stuff, or, they try to just grab your shit mess laying around, And so for me, I'm like, oh, that should be killing me. I always double, triple check if my door is locked and all that. Like I'm that way, bro. All right. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Sing at the top of my lungs. Facts. When I'm cleaning, like every Sunday is usually my cleaning day. I go around and I just be dusting shit off and cleaning everything. And I always got some music on. Always. A lot of times I'll be having me some heavy metal or some sad boy jams on. I'll throw a little like, K-pop soundtrack on there because the K-pop soundtracks, woo, be having me in my feelings. I'll be cleaning the toilet like, yeah. Oh my God, Saring hey. Oh, I'm telling you, bro. That should be having me in my feelings. I love that music though. It'd be so good. Oh. All right, what is one thing you only do when you're home alone? I usually just yell random profanity for no reasons. I'll just be making a peanut butter and jelly, and I'll just start yelling at the jelly. Don't get a big dick. That's what it usually sounds like. All right, girl. She's just like, yeah. I just be chilling. I guarantee you she just be in like, her little panties and t-shirt. She be making her a little sandwich. She'd be like, oh, fucking peanut butter, what are you doing? Spread it for me, baby. Oh my God, what is your phone number? No, I'm just kidding. I'm down, girl. I love you and I don't even know you. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Poop with the door open. Hey man, I love pooping with the door open. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love pooping with the door open. For me, I am a person who has claustrophobia. And when I poop with the door closed, I don't like it. And that's another kind of reason why I don't like showering with the door closed, because I already feel like I'm kind of in closed and tight space, and then you got the door closed and it just feels even tighter. That, and if there ever happens to be an earthquake, because I live in, the horrible state of California, and I always have a fear that I'm taking a shit and an earthquake happens. That shit is like the biggest fear of my life. I'm taking a dump, and I mean, it's a mean one too. And I'm like, oh, your boy kind of using the squatty potty and everything, just trying to get it to come out. I'm out here fighting demons. I got 1 foot, I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If you know. The 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you know. You know what I mean? Just so you can spread a little wider and get that extra, leverage. But then an earthquake happens and it's just shaking, and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm still trying to doo-doo, but like the whole room is shaking, so I don't know whether to finish my doo-doo or like try to get back, get my other foot back in my pants and drawers and pull it up. But then I'm like, fuck, I didn't wipe. You know what I mean? So what if I like go outside and everybody else is outside there too, and I got mud butt And bro, it's all bad. It's all bad. I swear to God. That's my biggest fear, bro. My biggest fucking fear. I don't know how I got into that, but yeah. That's why I poop with the door open, I guess. Welcome to my TED Talk. All right. What is the one thing you only do when you're home alone? Shower and then lay on my bed naked and then fan dry me off. Poop with the door open, sing at the top of my lungs to classic country music. The last one, my husband eye rolls me something awful. Yeah, because classic country music, sure. I don't mind country music. I do like some of it, but that shit is depressing. Oh my God, that music is depressing. I'm like, bruh, it's good, but it's good for when you're in a certain mood for it. You know what I mean? Like, whew, a lot of that shit is depressing. I'm like, yo, like, I listen to sad boy jams, don't get me wrong, but I listen to like the emo sad boy jams, so that, that way it's like I could kind of like scream a little bit, but with the country sad boy jams, it's, whoo, them sad boy jams make you want to just scrape head, God damn. All right. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? I rap to my cat. His favorite is my version of booty, booty, booty rockin' everywhere. I sing kitty, kitty, kitty shedding everywhere. Shedding could be changed to meowing, nomming, pooping, sleeping, etc. I also do wanna be my hairballa. Cat collar, 1-inch ID tag on a gold collar if you know stuff like that. Hey, man, I bet his cat be like, yo, my owner is fire, bruh. My owner got bars. I don't know what he's saying half the time, but I know it's bars. When he hit me with that meow, 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 like, I'll be like, yo, facts, my guy. Facts, that's my shit. Yeah. He probably be joining in. He'd be like, meow, meow. Mo, yeah, am I doing it, Dad? Am I doing it? Am I spitting? Oh my God. I love cats sometimes. They just want to be a part of it. They just want to be a part of the party, Oh shit. All right, what's the one thing you only do when you're home alone? Put my balls on things. Okay. I mean, is this out of just impulse? Is this boredom? Like, or are you like, you just put your balls on something and you just write it down. You're like, this sensation is a little different. Let me try this. Like, bro, what the fuck? All right. Hey. What is one thing you only do when you are home alone? Talk to myself. I always practice conversations for future use. Believe it or not, it comes in handy. Hey, facts. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, if I know I'm about to have certain conversations, stuff like that, I will run through every single possibility of that conversation. That way your boy is ready. Your boy is ready. You can't catch me sleeping. And then I'll even be in the car and I'll be rehearsing. Man, like I'm going for some high level TV role or some shit. Like your boy is rehearsing and practicing. Now you ain't about to catch your boy slipping. Nah. You ain't about to catch me slipping, son. I know what you gonna say, how you gonna say it, when you gonna say it. Yeah. And then half the time, it doesn't go the way I plan it to go. So then I gotta go off script a little bit, but then I bring it back to the script and we good. And we'll be straight. Cause some people don't go by the script. I'm like, what the fuck, man? We wrote a script. Did you not get the script in the mail? Cause I did. I was practicing in the shower and in the car. What are we talking about? Yeah. What is one thing you only do when you are home alone? I prefer to get productive stuff done when no one is around, whether it's cleaning, putting together furniture repairs, or just reconstructing parts of the house. I love to do it when nobody's around. Okay. Hey, I mean, I'm like that too, but I live home alone a lot. So, it's more of that thing where I'm just like, I'm always doing shit. People will come over and be like, oh my God, that's different. And I'm just like, is it? Okay. Let's see. All right. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Lay on the back part of the couch like a cat. I promise you, you have fallen so many times and you just don't want to admit it. I guarantee you, your ass has fallen so many times off that fucking couch trying to loaf on it. It's your big ass. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, and if you have a cat, I bet your cat's like, the fuck are you doing? You're like, who are you? Like, the loaf is my thing. Let me have the loaf. You don't loaf, okay? You have that weird sitting up thing, you know? Like, I be trying to do that, but I can't do that. I'm a cat, you know? You know how cats be sitting up sometimes? They be sitting like humans. It's you know, yeah, it's like, come on, man. You don't get to loaf. I loaf. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Pretend I'm a famous guitarist / frontman and going from one room to another to give interviews. Then I enter a hallway, which is really great musical venue, and just rock out. Hey, man, facts. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm the type, I still play Guitar Hero and Clone Hero and all that type of shit. Actually, under my desk, like right over here somewhere, I have all the little controllers and stuff. And your boy be rocking out, man. Those games are so much fun. I love like rhythm games and stuff like that. That shit is fun to me. I love them. As a kid, I remember when Rock Band first came out. Like, I think in 2012, 2013 maybe? Somewhere around there, the first one came out. I mean, and even before that, I mean, 2006, 2007 on the 360 with Guitar Hero. Like, it was so much fun. Those were such cool games, and I just carried that into my adulthood. I just kept learning to play them, and you know, I love those kind of games. And now now that I have, you know, the PC hardware to handle Clone Hero, I love it even more because Clone Hero is like community driven, and there's songs that, you know, Harmonix couldn't put on their game that are put on this game, and I'm like, yo, and I get to play all my favorite artists and stuff. So cool. So cool. I love that shit. You know, sometimes I'll be pretending I'm on stage. I'm like, yeah, I got blisters on me fingers. Yo, oh my god, you know. Yeah, one of those like old British, you know, rock stars, like an Ozzy Osbourne's band and shit. I'm like, Ozzy, mate, we're doing it, mate. I can't believe it. We're on stage like every day. It's crazy. It's you know, that just be my shit. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, man. I'm sorry if I'm cringy. What is the one thing you only do when you are home alone? Rig traps all throughout the house for potential robbers. This nigga, bro, you watch too much Home Alone, my guy. You watch way too much Home Alone. I bet you he be tripping over his own trip wires and shit, and he be like, son of a bitch. He's got a plate of food and stuff, and he's like trying to get back to the TV so, you know, he can watch his show, and he trips, and he like food spills all over the floor. He's like, God damn it, man. He's like, I forgot. Son of a bitch. I'd be so pissed, bro. So pissed. Okay, this person's a psychopath. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Turn off all the lights and just sit there. Nigga, you're a psychopath. No fucking way. I could just sit in the dark doing, nah, man. Nope. Nah, you're a psychopath. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? I like to bake. That way it's a pleasant surprise for when others get home. Oh, man. I love you, girl. You know what I mean? You should live at my house. I'd love for you to bake for me. You know? Especially if you make some bomb-ass brownies. Oh. Any girl out there that can make some bomb brownies? Oh. I'll put a ring on your finger right now. Man, if you can come to my house and make some bomb brownies for me, oh yeah. Oh, and like where they're like real soft and chewy. Oh, brother, you have no idea. Not a lot of people can make a really soft and succulent brownie, bruh. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Yeah. Hey, ladies out there, you know, if you can make a nice little brownie, hit your boy up. You know what I mean? I'd love to try some of your brownies. That's my shit. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Talk to my cats all the goddamn time. and talk to myself in different accents. Just give myself an idea. I'm going to talk to my cats in different accents. Yeah, facts. And they'd probably look at you like, who the fuck are you? They'd be like, who the fuck are you? You're not my mom. You're like, my mom don't talk like that. What the fuck? You know, like those videos of those guys that like they own a cat and then they like shave their beard because they've had their beard for like years and their cat doesn't recognize them anymore, you know, or their own child doesn't recognize them anymore and shit. That's funny. Those videos are hilarious. Oh my God. And the cats would be looking at them like, like, who the fuck are you? What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Turn up the music full blast. Avoid the whole turn it down already. Why does it have to be so loud argument? Yeah, facts. Facts. Like I said, on my cleaning days, man, I crank that bitch up. I do. I will admit here I headbang more than I clean because the music be getting so good. Or I'll be singing into the mop and shit. And I'm telling you, bro, that's my jam. All right. What is one thing you only do when you are home alone? I sing to my cat. Eye of the Ninja. Some ninja that I refuse to know. A smooth criminal, but I sing Ninja, are you okay? I think he likes it. Okay. All right, brother. My man out here want to say nigga so bad. Goodness, man. What is one thing you only do when you are home alone? I like the fact that the top comment isn't masturbating. We've matured a little bit. Hey, I was waiting for one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was waiting for one. I was like, we're gonna get a masturbating one eventually. I was waiting for it. I was just like, and I feel like it was gonna be a girl just for the shock factor of it. You know what I mean? But I was like, it's most likely going to be a dude, but I'm surprised we haven't got one yet. It's been a lot of just rocking out and setting up traps and pooping the door open and all that kind of stuff. All right. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? I scream at my dog, even if I'm just yelling his name. I also scream compliments at him. You shouldn't do that. Dogs go off of energy, all right? You know, have you ever seen that video where like the guy, he's just like, dogs don't fucking understand what we're saying. Watch. And he's just like, you're a fucking beautiful puppy. And the dog is like freaking out. And then he's just like, oh, you're such a piece of shit. I hate you so much. And the dog is just like, oh my God. You know, he's just like, see, they're fucking stupid. They don't understand what we're saying. And I was like, damn, facts. Oh, shit. What is one thing you only do when you're home alone? Drink from the carton naked to music. I love home alone time. You know, drinking from the carton, even when I'm home alone, even that I live by myself, and obviously nobody drinks out of my shit. Like, I could drink straight out of the carton, it's no problem. But I just don't. I don't. Maybe this is like a millennial thing, because when we grew up, we got our ass beat from drinking out of the carton, or, you know, drinking out of the jug or whatever. Like, that shit's just ingrained in me to the point where, like, I live by myself. Like, I buy my own shit. If I want to drink out of the fucking carton, I can drink out of the fucking carton, because I bought it with my grown-up money. You know, but I still just get a cup. It's like a natural fucking thing for me. I just get a cup. I can't stand that. I'm like, holy shit, you know? Like, I didn't think about that. Damn. All right, what is one thing you only do when you're home alone? I build things without anyone to get in my way or interrupt me. I'm currently house sitting for a friend and just finished buying all the materials to make a Highland shield from Zelda. It's going to be a great afternoon. Hey, that's dope, man. That's dope. I've always wanted to get into like building shit like that, but obviously I live in an apartment, so I can't really like have the tools to do shit like that, or like a place to work on it like that. That would be super cool though, because I always see people like they make the Skyrim weapons and stuff, or you know, they recreate like anime weapons and stuff. Oh, I've always wanted to do that shit. I think it's so cool. Like just seeing cosplayers in general, like when they do really high quality cosplays and then they have like mannequins of their cosplays around. Like I so want something like that. Like if I was ever rich, I would have like very highly detailed mannequins of like Ghost from Call of Duty. I'd have probably like damn, I'm blanking out on like video game characters that I like and stuff. But I would just have a bunch of video game characters that I like. You know what I mean? It'd be so dope to have some shit like that. And they're just all standing around and looking all cool and shit. You know, probably have one like from Spider-Man and shit. Oh, dude, it'd be so dope. It'd be so dope. Oh, I'm not a big like cosplayer person, but I've tried cosplaying a few times. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. I used to have some friends that used to cosplay all the time, and they went to AnimeCon all the fucking time. It was so cool. I mainly go just, you know, to see all the skimpy anime costumes. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. I don't lie to you guys. You guys are my peoples, you know? So yeah, I'm just saying, you know, cosplayer girls out there, you know, trying to educate you, boy. You know, let me know. You know what I mean? I'd love to learn. All right. What is one thing you only do when you are home alone? All right. You only run up the stairs on all fours when you're home alone. Hell, I do it out in public. And for my real response, Skyrim with full volume. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, play Skyrim full blast on a surround sound, like sound bar or something like that. Swear, oh my god, it's the most magical thing you've ever experienced in your entire life. And it's crazy because Skyrim is a game that came out in 2011, and bro, it's like a 2011 game that's still majestic to this day. Just hearing the soundtrack, just doo doo doo, it's beautiful. Love it, man. Oh, loving it. I might go do that right now after filming. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that game soundtrack is gorgeous. Oh my god. All right, but that's going to go ahead and be the end of this thread. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the thread. I know I did. Love hearing what you guys do when you're home alone. If you have some crazy, wacky shit that you do home alone, put it down in the comments. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Love when you guys get involved in there. We're going to hop through announcements for today, and then we are going to hop into chapters 15 and 16 of Haunting Adeline, all right? So, patreon.com/MyAssholePodcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows. Thank you guys so much for all this to support. If you are primarily an audio listener, blah, 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 please rate the show 5 stars, as well as downloading the episodes. It helps out a lot, and I appreciate you guys' support for doing that, man. You guys come out every week, and you guys show support, especially on these episodes, and I do appreciate that. If you want to help us out even more on the free 99 side of things, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Helps out a lot, and it's for free, baby. It's for free. All the links are down in the description. If you haven't caught up to where we are now with Haunting Adeline, don't worry. I got you. I love you. And I have playlists for Spotify as well as YouTube down in the description for Haunting Adeline Book 1, Book 2 to as far as we are now, and A Court of Thorns and Roses. That book has been completed. We have all the chapters down in the description. Yes, and that is about it. So let's get right on into it. Without further ado, I am done yapping.
Chapter 15. The Diamond. I lost him. Not only that, but I made it out of the maze, deeming me safe. No harm will come to you. Lies, but I'll take it for now. I didn't stop there, though. I ran so deep into the woods that I'm thoroughly lost now, not even a whisper of human life. It reminds me so much of Parsons Manor, it makes my chest ache. Doesn't help that I'm breathing so heavily that I choke on the oxygen with every inhale. I'm on the verge of both vomiting and passing out, even though my body can't decide which to do first. Feeling confident enough that they don't know where I am, I rip the branch off my waist, lean heavily against a tree, and slide down, my legs incapable of holding me up any longer. My eyes begin to roll, but I fight against the urge because, despite being considered safe, that doesn't really exist in this world. Xavier could stumble upon me and take advantage of us being alone. My screams wouldn't be heard, and even if they were, no one would give a shit. Wiping sweat from my eyes, I look over my surroundings. At first, I see nothing but trees. But then, off in the distance, I glimpse metal glinting in the moonlight. A crease forms between my brows, and my curiosity peaks. I allow myself another minute to catch my breath before I force myself back to my feet and jog toward the foreign object, while periodically checking over my shoulder to make sure that no one is behind me. As I approach, the object becomes identifiable, and I lose my breath all over again when I realize what it is. It's an abandoned train. A massive row of trailers stretches across the wooded area in either direction. The metal rusted and corroded from nature. My heart pounds and excitement blooms. Escape. That's the only word that comes to mind when I look at this abandoned train. I don't know how yet, but I do know that it could provide me shelter when I eventually leave this place. Checking over my shoulder once more and seeing nobody there, I approach the train and run my hands over the cold metal. So badly I want to seek asylum here instead of returning to that house. I've no idea whether they know of the train's location, but it won't be hard to find with the tracking device in the back of my neck. If this train is going to offer me anything, then I need to utilize it when they aren't able to track me. A loud horn breaks through the silence, causing critters to scatter and a yelp to escape, my heart jumping up my throat. Breathing heavily, I peer over my shoulder, hearing voices calling out, announcing the end of the culling. They'll be looking for me, and I'm tempted to dig out the tracking device with a sharp branch and make a run for it anyway. But fear has me in a chokehold. There are too many factors against me. Be smart, little mouse. I take off back in the direction I came from, now paranoid that they'll find me near the train and discover it if they weren't already aware of it. I don't want to chance it if they weren't. After several minutes of jogging, I catch a glimpse of black hair and a feminine stature before it disappears behind a tree. "Hey!" I call out, hoping whoever it is, they'll know the way back. The person emerges from the other end of the tree, and I realize that it's Jillian. She looks over to me, eyes wide and breathing heavily. She doesn't look much worse than I do, which is honestly relieving. "You made it," she says softly. We meet each other in the middle, and her eyes look me up and down, likely looking for injuries. "I did," I respond, still breathless. Up until Zaid's training, I've never exerted this much energy in my entire life. "Do you know how to get back?" I ask. She glances around. "I think so. If not, they'll come get us." I nod, and we begin to walk. "Have you been through the culling before?" I ask. She seems to have so much knowledge for it being her first time. "No, you only go through it once," she answers. "Except if you're Sydney," I mutter, though I'm relieved to hear that I'll never have to do this again. Jillian snorts. "That's true. She knows the maze like the back of her hand now." "Is she the one who taught you how to get through it?" She shakes her head. "When I first arrived, I was even more combative than you. Francesca considered me too much of a risk to put in the culling until she could set me straight. So I had watched other girls go through it first. I learned a lot from them." She pauses. "And I also witnessed everything that happened after. Look, you need to prepare for—" A deep, booming laugh interrupts whatever she was going to say. Jillian and I both flinch and turn toward the sound. Xavier emerges from behind a tree, and my poor overused heart speeds up once more.
"Well, Diamond, I guess you proved me wrong this time."
He chuckles, his eyes sweeping my body up and down in a predatory way. As much as it tickles their manhood to catch us during the culling, it also means that we're deemed unworthy to be auctioned off. And that means they're allowed to dole out our punishment for tonight only. So, while escaping Xavier might have ruffled his feathers, it's still an accomplishment. Because now he gets to keep me. Swallowing nervously, I say, "I guess I did." He purses his lips and nods, and then tips his chin in the direction that we need to go.
"I'll be happy to escort you fine ladies, if you don't mind,"
he offers, his voice deepening. Jillian and I glance at each other, but ultimately we nod our heads. Because what else are we supposed to fucking say? "No, go away, you have cooties." If only it were that easy. He directs us outside of the maze so we can avoid the tripwires. It takes 35 long, grueling minutes to make it back to the house. 35 minutes of bouts of uncomfortable silence, stilted conversation, and the anticipation of buying me. Jillian and I are exhausted, both of us stumbling several times from our quaking knees and fried nerves. When we arrive back at the house, Francesca is standing at the tree line, hands clasped as she watches the hunters and prey emerge. She looks a little unhinged, most likely because one of her girls killed someone, but when her eyes find mine, they quickly take me in, checking for injuries. A subtle smile tips the corners of her pink lips when she doesn't spot any, glee brightening her eyes. She may have a death on her hands, but the diamond still shines bright, I guess. Glad to be of use, bitch. Phoebe is already leaning against the back of the house, blood pouring from her wounds and staining her backside. They've already removed the arrows, and now they're working to staunch the bleeding. This surprises me as much as it scares me, considering she killed a man tonight. I would have thought she'd never make it out of those woods alive. She's pale and looks delirious from the pain, but there's a sereneness to her face that I've never seen before. She forced me into saving her, then turned around and saved me instead. All I want to do is hug her tight and tell her that everything is going to be okay. Not because either of us believes she's going to survive, but because once she's gone, she'll be in a better place than she is now. Sydney comes running out, not a drop of blood in sight. I'm admittedly disappointed by that. Luckily, Gloria follows closely behind, pride shining in her eyes as she walks toward me, unscathed this time around. I begin to smile, but that small moment of elation quickly fizzles out when a large man emerges with Bethany slung over his shoulder, an arrow in her back. My eyes widen in horror, disgusted to see the arrow lodged deeply in her spine, blood soaking both her and the man who carries her. It takes a monumental effort to keep the tears at bay, but I refuse to turn my head away from her. She doesn't deserve for any of us to ignore her pain. Another man gathers Phoebe, and together they carry her and Bethany off. My lip trembles, and I quickly suck it between my teeth and bite down before Francesca can spot it. I don't know how Zaid kept it together in situations like this. Maybe because he had the assurance he could kill them for it, and I'm so helpless. I try to dissolve my face of any emotion, but I don't know how successful I am when I'm watching two girls be carried off to a fate worse than death. Sydney comes to stand beside me, purposely bumping into my shoulder, and Jillian and Gloria flank the other side of me. Francesca turns to us, a mix of pride and exhaustion shining through her made-up face. "Only two. That's wonderful news," she says, even going as far as to clap her hands like a little sea otter, though it's lackluster. I wonder if she's going to be punished for what Phoebe did, too. I'd love to be the one to do it. I'd take one of those arrows and stab her in the eye with it. "As a reward, you ladies will get to pick dinner tonight. Whatever you want. McDonald's, even. Though that stuff is horrendous for your bodies, but just this once should be okay." My mouth opens, but fury chokes my words tighter than a Victorian corset. In the end, I'm glad for it because only poison would have spewed from my mouth. We survived the culling and we get fucking McDonald's as a reward? It's too stupid to be real. Sydney saves me and jumps up and down excitedly. "My favorite!" she exclaims, nearly bursting my eardrum. I flinch from the pitch, flattening my lips and working to swallow down the venomous words. I'm shaking. "Sounds good, Francesca. Their fries are always the best," Gloria says, her voice tight. One glance and I can see she and Jillian are tense, struggling to keep their expressions pleasant. "Wonderful. Let's go in and get you girls cleaned up. There will be celebrations tonight, and you'll be expected to mingle with the guests. Make an impression and be respectful, as they could be potential buyers." She turns on one foot and walks off with the standard unspoken expectation for us to follow. Sydney skips after her, but not before throwing a demented look over her shoulder, turning my blood into ice. Whatever the fuck that look meant, it's not good. Nothing with Sydney is ever good. "Suck it in tighter," Francesca snaps from behind me. "I'm trying," I wheeze right as she tugs on the strings for the 30th time. I ate the McDonald's. Of course, it didn't settle right because when has McDonald's ever made anyone feel better after eating it? And now Francesca is intent on making it come right back up. I think it's tight enough, I groan. Pretty sure I hear a rib crack in response. It feels cruel that I'm being forced to wear a corset with this dress, but men that operate within human trafficking rings are just as stereotypical as the men who blame sexual assault on the girl's clothing. Tiny waists are revered, but probably not as much as not having a gag reflex when a dick is shoved down your throat. Francesca ties the knot and then helps me slip the dress over my head, the same dress all of us are required to wear. A black, silky number that accentuates my curves, my now greatly exaggerated curves. The material ends right below my ass cheeks. A butterfly could flutter by and my dress would fly up like it's allergic to the winged creature. If I pass gas, it's over. Francesca runs her hands through my cinnamon tresses, observing me through the mirror. We're in the beauty room, the other girls putting on their makeup, already having gone through the same torture. You need to do something with this hair. It's beautiful, but hides that elegant neck of yours. Don't cover up your freckles when you put makeup on either. They accentuate your unusual eyes. I force a smile, scared that if I do anything more, my stomach will blow through the corset. I can figure something out with my hair. Pin it up, perhaps, I say agreeably. I can do it, Sydney chirps from behind me. My smile drops along with my heart. I don't want the bitch to come a mile within my vicinity because I know damn well she's going to pull something. Just as I open my mouth to protest, Francesca turns to her and says dryly, Fine, but if you do anything to her hair, I will personally see that you lose your hand. Sydney's smile only grows. Of course, I would never. Francesca scoffs as if she doesn't believe her, but walks away anyway. If she doesn't believe her, then why is she walking away? Setting my jaw, I narrow my eyes and carefully watch Sydney approach me from behind. She meets my gaze through the mirror, her cold eyes churning with an indecipherable emotion. A secretive smile pulls her red lips up higher as she begins to sift through my hair. My shoulders are hiked up to my ears, and the tension between us thickens. How long have you been in this house? I ask after a few moments of silence. Her deft fingers start separating pieces on the side of my head and then begins French braiding a small section. 4 years, she responds. I raise an eyebrow. You've avoided the auctions that long? She smirks. I've worked hard to be too unstable to be sold, but too valuable to be killed. I'm good at what I do. She finishes with a wink. I swallow, not entirely sure how to respond to that. She glances slyly at me. Rio has been treating me so good lately, though. He comes to my room every night now, says my pussy is the tightest he's ever had. I arch a brow. Rio has refused to touch us during lessons, and I've never seen him show any interest otherwise. I'm not surprised that he's fucking one of the girls if it's consensual, but I am surprised that she thinks I'd give a shit. If that makes you happy, then good for you, I finally say in a monotone voice. She pauses. You don't care? Why would I care? He likes you. I roll my eyes, annoyed by her schoolgirl shit. She acts like we're two girls getting ready for prom, gossiping about boys. She plays the classic mean girl act well. Pretends to be nice, but all her sugary sweet words are laced with salty insults. Too bad for her. I'm not interested in playing this game. You have a man at home, right? Z is his name? She asks, noting my reaction. She pulls my hair particularly tight, and I hiss in response. Gentle, I snap. She only smiles, waiting for a response to her question. Why do you care? I ask, my anger heightening when she runs her hands through the rest of my hair roughly, tearing through knots. A sexy Puerto Rican man has the hots for you and you don't care? She shrugs. And I guess I'm curious about the man that makes you so valuable. Is he looking for you? Rio does not have the hots for me, but I ignore that. Don't we all have someone looking for us? She shrugs. No, she says simply, and I almost feel a pinch of sympathy. Do you really believe he's going to be able to save you? I flatten my lips, debating on responding at all. If I say anything incriminating, she will immediately use it against me, twist my words, and tell Francesca that I'm trying to escape or something. I think all of our loved ones would at least try. That's what people do when they love you. I hope that hurt. She gathers my hair together, beginning to pull it into a ponytail in the middle of my head. Do you think he would save me too? She asks quietly. She keeps her eyes downcast, leaving me bereft of her expression. Manipulative cunt. I think he would save everyone, I say, and then kill her himself. Finally, she looks up at me, a twinkle in her eye that has my muscles tightening. If he does, I'd be happy to suck his cock for it. Let him fuck me in the ass, too, if he really wants. I narrow my eyes, gritting my teeth so roughly I'm close to cracking my molars. He would never touch you, I snap. Nor would he let you touch him. A gleeful smile stretches across her face, and I internally slap myself for giving her the reaction she wanted. I think he would, once he sees how much better I am than you. I've been here too long not to know how to make a man come in 5 seconds. She fashions my hair into a messy coif that I'd probably consider beautiful if I knew that being anything but ugly is going to attract the wrong kinds of attention tonight. The second her hands drop, I calmly stand and turn to face her. And then I take a page out of Zaid's handbook of being a psychopath, grab her by the neck, whip her around, and slam her against the vanity. Bottles of perfume and makeup brushes topple to the floor, and I hear a gasp from one of the girls behind me. Surprise widens her dark eyes as I come nose to nose with her. Keep pushing my buttons, Sydney. If you perceived me as weak, then you're going to get quite the fucking reality check. I put up with your shit this long because I'm sympathetic that Mommy and Daddy don't love you, nor does Francesca. But I will not be bullied by you and continue to stay quiet. She seethes at me, and her true face appears from behind that fragile porcelain mask. The room is well lit, yet as her anger amplifies, it seems as if she pulls the shadows from the corners of the walls and shrouds them over her face. Her chin is dipped as she glares at me, but I'm not fucking scared of her. I've faced far worse than her already. All it does is reignite that thrill that I've been missing for so long. My adrenaline is rushing, and this I could get off on. You're a pest, Sydney. And you're going to die, she murmurs. I laugh in her face. Then I'll take you down with me, bitch. I shove her deeper into the vanity, pushing off her and causing a few more things to knock over. When I turn my back to her, deliberately letting her know I'm not afraid, I find Gloria staring at me with wide eyes beneath her big glasses, while Jillian gets dressed in the corner, minding her own business. I make it 2 steps before Francesca's loud footsteps bound up the steps and into our room with a smile on her face. Sydney times it just right, creating a fake coughing fit the moment she heard Francesca coming. And when she sees Sydney sprawled against the vanity, coughing as she clutches her neck dramatically, I already know what she's going to pull. What happened? Francesca barks. Sydney points at me. She choked me, pushed me against the vanity and choked me. Francesca's eyes turn to me and I meet her stare head on, making sure to keep my face neutral. I'm not going to get into a she-started-it fight and present myself as emotionally unstable as she is. Her brown eyes assess me closely, but the adrenaline has taken hold in my bloodstream and all I can feel is elation. Heat has warmed every inch of my body, sinking low into my stomach. If Zaid were here, I force those thoughts out of my head before they sweep me away. If I let that happen, I'd be humping the air, and not only would that be fucking embarrassing, but I'm also in the #1 worst place in the world to get horny. After a pregnant pause, Francesca meets Sydney's stare. You probably deserved it. I smother the smile before it can emerge, but fuck is it hard when she gasps loudly in response. Go to your room until I call you down, she orders harshly. Sydney rushes past me, but I feel her intention from a mile away. I step out of her path before she can knock into me, which only serves to make her angrier. Her head whips around, and the glare she shoots my way is pure hatred before she disappears. Clearing my throat, I lower my head. Hopefully, Francesca sees it as submission and not a last-ditch effort to contain how pleased I am. I feel her eyes boring into me, and a bead of sweat forms on my hairline. Knowing the drill, Gloria and Jillian line up beside me, effectively distracting her. Tonight is about having fun. But make sure you present yourselves as ladies. Don't act like sluts, but be docile and compliant. You all are allowed 1 drink tonight. I won't tolerate any of you making drunken fools out of yourselves. She pauses. Make me proud tonight, girls.
Chapter 16. The Hunter. The Basilisk Brotherhood lives in a bank in a suburb of Portland. Obviously it was abandoned, though the sign outside the building still stands. The old name in bold blue letters. The entire front wall has been replaced with black slate, assumingly because it used to be glass when it was a business. What's more interesting is that they turned it into a mini skyscraper. I know damn well this bank didn't look this good when it was active, and it sure as shit didn't have at least 5 floors on top of it. I swing open my door and inhale my cigarette one last time before stubbing it on the ground with my boot. Stop littering. Yes, baby. I grab the butt and throw it in a little trash bag hanging in my car, the recyclable sack full of orange filters already. Exiting my Mustang, I slam the door shut and slowly approach the building. The parking lot is empty, so I'm assuming their cars are hidden in a garage somewhere. Several cameras watch me as I approach the front door. Glancing up, I stare directly into the lens hanging above the entrance, and seconds later the door clicks. 2 of the 4 brothers are waiting for me on the other side, Riker and Case. The former with his arms crossed and a frown tugging on his lips, and the latter with his hands tucked into his front pockets in a stoic expression. They both eye me closely, so I put my hands up. I swear I'm not here to rob you. Scout's honor, I say with a grin. You'd be dead already if you were. I drop my hands, the smile on my face growing. Deciding I'll push their buttons one at a time instead of all at once, I remain quiet. We're standing in what used to be the main room, the teller station now closed off completely. Now it's 4 walls, dimly lit with shiny gray wood flooring and deep navy blue walls. A single black leather couch is pushed up against the wall to my left, and I imagine this is where all unwelcome or untrusted guests are vetted before they are allowed into their home. You have 2 minutes to explain what the hell you want, Riker says. Well, fuck, no pressure, right? I widen my stance and cross my arms, appearing at ease. Long story short, my girl was kidnapped by the Society, sold off into the skin trade. You're Z, and can't find her? Case challenges. I keep my face blank as I meet his stare. His blue eyes are ice cold and unflinching, unconcerned with questioning my skills. I'm capable of a lot of things, Case, I say quietly, unleashing a little bit of the darkness that's been festering inside my body, including finding exactly where your twin sister stays. Claremont Drive, right? Her twin girls, Casey and Carla, are getting so big already. 11 years old, am I right? He snarls and takes a step toward me, the first sign of emotion sparking in his eyes. Riker's hand snaps out and lands on his chest, stopping him from advancing. I forge on before any threats can leave their mouths. I have no interest in Case's family. Her name is Adeline Riley. She was taken to Dr. Garrison's place to be treated for injuries from a car accident, one that they caused. The doctor had a penchant for taking his patients to his room and having his way with them, except with Addie. He tried to kidnap her. He was killed by one of her kidnappers, Rio Sanchez, and when they left, they shut down the entire grid. The last thing I am is incapable, but I am also aware that the more people I have searching for her, the faster I am to find her. I'm a patient man, but not when it comes to getting my girl back. They're quiet for a few beats, their brains churning. What do you need us for? Riker asks finally. You trade in human organs, I answer. Do you not? Riker tilts his head to the side, contemplating my question. If you know that, why would you want people who are in the market for people like your girlfriend to help you? I shrug casually. You're not going to hurt her, and I'm willing to look the other way in the meantime. If I find out they're getting people killed so they can profit off of their organs, then all bets are off. Though I have a very strong feeling the rumors were true, and that's not the case. Case shakes his head as if he can't believe what he's hearing. You have extensive knowledge of the inner workings of the skin trade. I'm sure you know exactly how to track down product if it's being auctioned or traded, I continue. What's in it for us? I widen my arms, the shit-eating grin back on my face. I'm empty on the inside. Nothing but white noise takes up residence, but I've grown accustomed to arranging my face into expressions just as easily as I can wipe my face clean of them. I'm a man of many talents. I'll write an IOU on a piece of paper and you can tuck that in your pocket for when you need it. One-time admission. Can't be reused. Like a coupon. Case narrows his eyes, staring at me as if I'm a little sibling begging to play with him and his friends. What makes you think we'd have any use for you? He questions dryly. My ego. It hurts. Crazier shit has happened, I retort, dropping my arms. Another pregnant pause and I make sure to meet both of their gazes, not the least bit bothered by their intimidation tactics. Riker jerks his head towards the door, grumbling. Follow me. Case stares at his brother, communicating something with his eyes that I don't care to interpret. Whatever silent conversation passes between them lasts all of 3 seconds before Case gives in and follows after Riker without argument. But not before throwing a suspicious look over his shoulder. Who hurt you, bro? I don't care to find that out either. A fingerprint scanner is built into the door handle, the machine chirping when Riker's print is recognized. I follow them through the door and my brows shoot up my forehead. I've walked into a bachelor's wet dream. The room is gigantic and completely open, with the ceiling scaling up at least 100 feet. The entire area is washed in browns and blacks and made up of only 4 walls. A staircase on the far right leads to a balcony that completely circles the building, housing dozens of doors and a black elevator on the back left side. The upper 4 floors have their own floating balconies too, and I wonder what the fuck do they need all this space for? Scratch that, I don't care. Oh, but I might care about that. A massive vault is straight ahead, the door painted black. My curiosity peaks, wondering what's beyond it. I whistle, impressed and maybe even a tad jealous of their getup. Human organs pay well, don't they? I muse. Shut up, Case bites out, heading for one of the black leather couches where a shirtless Dare lounges casually, knees spread wide. I do a double take when I see a chain coiled around his hand, leading directly to a collar fastened around a girl's throat who is currently kneeling at his feet. Only a black band covers her tits. The rest of her body is fully exposed. Her head is bowed, and her hands rest neatly on her pale thighs. A curtain of black hair obscures her face from view, and I can't tell if that's intentional or not. I think Addie would sooner rip my balls off before she'd ever kneel at my feet. Lucky for her, I'd gladly kneel at hers. Kiss her little toes while I'm at it, too. Eventually my mouth would lead up between her legs, but I don't think she'd mind that part. Dare grins at me, the piercings above his brow glinting from the crackling flames in the fireplace next to him. He doesn't look the least bit bothered by my presence, though that doesn't erase the spark of challenge in his eyes. Slade sits on the opposite side, his dark blonde head turning to glare at me over the top of the couch. Such hostility. I've agreed to help him, Riker announces, taking a seat beside Dare. He doesn't even glance at the girl, and I assume he's used to Dare's sexual habits by now. Yeah? What's he doing for us? Slade asks, his question directed at his brother, yet his dark eyes stay glued to me. Oh, I say, holding up a finger for them to hang on. I twist around until I find a piece of paper and pen on an end table, write the letters IOU on it, and hand it to him. He looks at the paper with bewilderment, turning his glare back up to me. First off, don't write on people's shit. Secondly, you're fucking kidding me, right? We don't need you. I grin. Is he nervous that I might find hemorrhoid cream on his receipts too? He should know I don't need a piece of paper to tell me what Slade spends his money on. You can act like my skills wouldn't benefit the business you four are conducting, but that won't get you very far. He crumples the paper and throws it in the fire, and I can't help but chuckle in response. Their attitudes don't bother me. It's expected when a stranger comes busting into their lives making demands. But they will fucking help me, whether they want to or not. You'll have to let me know the source of these rumors, Riker cuts in. The last thing we want is word getting out. I'll point you to the forums they're posted on. You can handle it from there, yeah? Riker nods. They're dangerous, because they're true, I finish, already understanding the ramifications that can have. They have a process, and it's built off their reputation. You trust him? Slade asks, raising a brow. Riker shrugs, unconcerned. There's one of him and 4 of us. My top lip pulls over my teeth, just as unconcerned. I settle into the couch next to Slade, earning a glare that I dutifully ignore. Not hard when it's like a chihuahua growling at you. So, if you're not bad guys, how the hell do you traffic in organs politely? We handle the extraction process of the organs before selling them. If they're already deceased, we purchase the body for an inflated price, remove the valuable organs and discard the rest, then sell the organs in the market. If they're alive, we send them home. He pauses, waiting for a reaction he's not going to receive. I keep quiet, and after another beat, he continues. Dare is the one who understands the trading system best, locates the product and keeps track of what's going in and out of the market. Riker informs me. Oddly, I'm surprised by that. Dare winks at me, the corner of his lips still curled up. Slade is our negotiator and accountant, sets up the deals, negotiates prices, and handles the money. Case removes and preserves the organs, and I conduct the deals once terms have been agreed to. Our priority is to intercept humans who are being sacrificed for their organs and get them back home. But you do sell people's organs? I clarify. Absolutely. But who we sell to provides a service to families in desperate need. People who have been on waiting lists for transplants, or those who can't properly afford it with our current healthcare system. Doesn't matter if it's underground, they still go to good people who deserve it. The black market is full of evil, but not all of us are. It's only necessary we appear that way. If you're only extracting organs from the dead, are you saying you only sell bone and skin? Doesn't seem like a profitable business. Riker and Slade glance at each other, a short conversation trading between them. I arch a brow waiting for their decision. Slade turns to me. Case used to be a mortician. He's not a doctor, which is why we went to Dr. Garrison for serious injuries, but outside of his mortuary knowledge, he's well versed on how to painlessly put someone to sleep. For good, I say, filling in what he didn't say. Yes. I glance between Riker and Slade, narrowing my eyes as I figure out what exactly they're trying to say. Dare is now petting the girl's hair, zoned out of our conversation. You assist in suicides. Slade's stare turns grave. Consensually. These are people who have a low quality of life, whether they're terminally ill, old and tired, or suffering from other mental illnesses. Whatever their reason, it's their choice, and they agree to donate their organs. Case puts them in a deep sleep, extracts the organs, and then they pass, completely painless. I nod my head slowly, turning that information over in my head. People often only care about life when it's inside of a woman's stomach, but stop caring once that life is born. Makes me wonder if people choose this route because they couldn't get the help they needed. I purse my lips, then state, Oregon is a state that passed the Death with Dignity Act. The people who come to us are not from the states who have passed that law. In order to qualify for a physician-assisted death, you have to prove your residency, Slade explains. And the money you get for their organs, where does it go? Depends on their wishes. Sometimes they ask it to go to the family, and we honor that. But in most cases, whether it's because they are not on good terms with their family, or they don't have any at all, they don't care what we do with it as long as it's helping someone. Riker cuts in. It's a stable income, and they pass with dignity when they otherwise would not be able to. It also allows us to maintain our secrecy. As much as we want to be like the big bad Z and go around killing all the evil guys, they're the ones who deliver the victims directly into our hands so we can save them. I cock my head. The little girl that was shot. How did that happen? Shadows fall over Riker's eyes, darkening them to a moss green. That's how one of the traders brought her to us. He didn't say how it happened, just that she was now useless and that we could sell her organs since she was going to die anyway. In this corner of the world, even the dead are valuable. If you killed them, that's one less person capable of stealing innocent people from their lives, one less child getting shot and sold for their organs. Riker leans forward, resting his elbows on his spread knees. We do, when we're able to, which is why our reputation as ruthless, murderous assholes is important. But if every single tradesman in the black market were killed, it would raise suspicions. The second that happens, we're out. We don't have a worldwide organization like you. We're only 4 men. This means if people catch on to us, that's thousands of lives we don't save. You know as well as I do that they're parasites and breed like rabbits. Snuffing out a few doesn't even put a dent in the cesspool of sick fucks. We save more lives this way, but that doesn't mean we don't have our fair share of blood on our hands. I nod, pursing my lips. Fair enough, I concede. Good thing you have a mass organization at your disposal now. Maybe hold on to the next IOU paper, yeah? You can even sell it on eBay after. Those are valuable. Slade tightens his lips and looks away. Fuck off, smartass.
All right. That has been chapters 15 and 16 of Haunting Adeline. Boy. Oh, man. Adeline was getting pissed. She was like, bitch. You ain't getting nowhere near my man. She ain't touching you. He ain't touching you, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, you used up hoe. Oh man. While Adeline, deals with her situation and the bit of the whorehouse craziness, and Zayd is on his investigation, we will see you guys next week for chapters 17 and 18, and that is going to be it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy. Appreciate you all. Love you. And we'll see you on Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow if you're on Patreon. I'll see you Sunday if you are the free 99. So love you guys all. See you on Sunday, and peace.